That's the idea of having this leadership conference. We call it leadership conference because these are leaders, our future leaders. So the United Haitian Democratic Club, IPA, International Pastor Association, the Florida Depot, these are people who sponsor this event right here. And of course, without Miss Goldstein. How you doing with Goldstein? Now you guys don't know me, Goldstein. Yes, she's the one calling me for the last month. So said, come on, let's do something for the Haitian people. All right. So the Haitian people, here you are now. We're gonna present each and every one. But first, we're gonna start with Deborah Tendre. So give Deborah Tendre a hand, because she will also talk on behalf of Miss Powell. After she talks on behalf of Miss Powell, she'll go back and sit down, and then I'll present her again.
She's working towards retiring him. Recent polling shows that Debbie is within the margin of error of Rick Scott amongst likely voters, and that she is the only Democratic candidate in this race with a proven record of winning tough races, and she can do it. Debbie is proud to have outraised Rick Scott every quarter since launching her campaign, and as the first Spanish-speaking candidate to run for Senate as a Democrat, Debbie knows how to communicate with Florida's Latino voters in a way that Rick Scott could never. Like so many voters across Florida, the issues at stake in this election are personal for Debbie. As a mother of 2 daughters, Debbie is fighting to protect her right for her daughters' rights and every woman's right to make decisions about their own bodies. As an immigrant who worked her way up from minimum wage job at a donut shop to serving in Congress, Debbie understands the challenges Floridians face, and she's committed to lowering costs and expanding opportunities for Florida's working families.
Qui vient avoir la communauté haïtienne et problème là il a affecté communauté c'est pas seulement Haïti mais humanitarienne en grand. Depuis me constate par fait nous connaître il travaille avec les législation les co-sponsor bill qui permettent que TPS existe dans la communauté haïtienne et au lieu que pour supporter les risques son monde qui préférait juste pas dire rien et supporter un président qui voulait camper TPS. Donc en tant que haïtien nous avons 500 000 haïtiens qui vivent dans la Floride. Donc l'important pour nous sortir, pour nous voter, pour entendre nous, pour connaître qui est-ce que nous sommes, pour nous défendre ça qu'a fait dans le pays d'Haïti, imposer violence continue de monter dans le pays pour nous couper trafic de fusils qui a entré dans le port Haïti. Donc pour nous enregistrer pour nous voter 7 octobre cette dernière date, non 5 novembre pour nous voter, à ceux qui nous supportent Debbie McCarson Power pour Sénat.
Everyone give it up for Jennifer Jones from the Volunteer Association and Fund of Florida. Thank you.
Bonsoir, les représentants volontaires pour communauté, pour campagne Eglise et yo gen liste yo besoin pour faire pour que monde qui veut travailler jouer élection bien en polio.
We are very worried. We have probably a couple hundred poll watchers. I don't know if you all heard about the incident at the Supervisor of Elections office, but it was just their first meeting where they just set the dates. And I think there were about 10 people, and all they did was disrupt and ask questions that had no pertinence and could never be solved by the canvassing board.
So, les très inquiet le fait que y a seulement quelques centaines de personnes qui veillent pour lieu chaque élection y était une rencontre qui fait dans supervisor election pas connaît si autant de lui mais c'est 10 personnes qui étaient pareil et au lieu pour vraiment qu'a choisi date côté a fait travail là c'est juste 10 ils viennent faire brigade ils viennent péter dedans.
We know that during the primary back in August there were locations where some Trumpers came, set up red tents and drove around in pickups with giant Trump signs and a lot of screaming.
Dans le primary qui était fait dans le mois d'août, nous connaissons dans plusieurs stations, d'un côté, ils étaient mis tente rouge, ils prennent camion avec signe Trump, puis pour commencer à faire bruit pour interrompre le procès élection.
We are trying to place either attorneys or people who aren't afraid to stand up as poll watchers in districts that we guess are more likely to have this problem.
So dans le district, quand nous pensons qu'il y a un problème, nous avons même mettre des gens qui sont avocats ou des gens qui pas peur pour parler dans le district ça comme en tant que poll watchers, des gens qui regarder ça qu'a fait jouer élection yo.
The supervisor of elections can't do a lot because she's only authorized to comment on that 150 feet from the door.
So supervisor election là, c'est seulement qu'a fait, c'est imposer moun yo rester plus que 150 pieds de porte, mais elle pas qu'à faire plus que ça.
Where the poll watchers, they have to watch a video for an hour and perhaps get a little extra training on entering some data. It's not difficult.
So pour watchers yo, y a un training pour yo faire, une vidéo que yo regarder pour assurer que yo connaît exactement qui travail pour yo faire, c'est pas qui difficile.
We also would like to have greeters, that's what we're calling them. These would be people who are outside that 50-foot perimeter, just as eyes and ears.
C'est un temps même pour nous gens qui à l'extérieur de 150 pieds que mettez devant porte la limite là juste pour qu'à accueillir moun yo, pour qu'à attendre ça qu'a dit, pour qu'à parler tout.
This is a critical election, as all of us know. And we are, including the Harris campaign, just within a percentage. And I haven't seen that in the media, but the Harris campaign does its own numbers and has been watching. We need to get over the hump. Thank you.
I want to give Mac Bernard a personal thank you because during the primary election, he did get behind my campaign, and together we're going to move forward, support the community together. He's been a very big support system with advice, and I think that everyone knows in this room that Mac Bernard is a great, great asset to our community, and I'm just going to let him take it from here, but thank you for all you do for me and for the entire Palm Beach County, and now the state of Florida.
Yeah!
Good evening, everyone. All right. I don't know if y'all gonna be that excited when I speak. Now, I am Mac Bernard, County Commissioner for District 7, and soon to be Senator for District 24 in Tallahassee.
Yeah!
And I'm so happy to see so many of our pastors, Pastor Calvin, who's in the back. And so we have many of our pastors who are here, you know, because this election cycle that we're going through, that's November 5th, you know, for the Haitian community, pour communauté pas nous,
Yes!
this is an election that is completely different.
Yes,
This
sir.
is personal.
Yes.
This is not about a lot of other things. This is for us personal.
That's right.
Because the people who can vote, who are United States citizens, on November 5th, if the wrong person is president, that doesn't mean that you may still be in this country, because you may be legal today and the person may say that you're illegal on November 5th and then say that you're going to be sent back to your country, and then you're going to ask, well, that's not, I didn't do anything. But guess what? They control the Supreme Court, and if they say, hey, you who are all American citizens get sent back to Haiti, who's going to stop them from doing that?
Nobody.
So election ça, we are going to stop them, but guess what? This election is personal. So sous ces Haïtiens, sous capable voter, pas qu'est sous ces républicains, sous ces indépendants, sous ces démocrates, les lèvres pour nous voter, parce qu'il faut que nous voyons un message by Washington DC. Parce que nous voulons pour tout Haïtien, 500 000 Haïtiens qui citoyens dans la Floride là. Ça veut dire nous voulons 500 000 Haïtiens à voter, parce qu'il faut que nous voyons un message by Washington.
Amen.
All right? Back here, anything, this election is about us, and we need to vote. It doesn't matter, it's personal, and because they made it personal about us.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And so we have candidates who are here. We have the state attorney who's running for the state attorney, Alexia Cox. We have Joe Flores who's running for county commissioner. We have Catherine Waldron, Joe Casello, Deborah Tendrich. And the reason why you want to vote for all of these people is because guess what? You want to vote down the ballot, make sure everyone that you can vote for will be able to represent you. Now, guess what? I'm not on the ballot, which is good.
First time I see that, you know, so not me about it.
No, but just to be honest with you, this election, there are people who are voting. And I can tell you, people who've shown up to the SOE's office in Delray Beach, and the people who are voting right now, they don't look like us.
That's right.
So guess what? If you're not voting, voting is going on right now, and I've seen the people who are voting, and it doesn't look like us. So we need to ramp it up, go out and vote, vote early, vote absentee ballot to make sure that you vote. All right? And this year, we're voting for the top of the ballot. We're voting for Harris Waltz, because that's who we're riding with. All right? And I know some of these pastors who are here, you may have been friends to Rick Scott, but guess what? Guess what? He's not your friend. We don't need friends right now. All right? Because when they're doing stuff about Springfield, Ohio, guess what? He's silent. He's not talking about like protecting the Haitian community. So we don't have time for friends, because we're going to take matters into our hand and we're going to vote this in November. Thank you very much.
I do have a few questions for you to answer. One, what does the county commissioner do so people know when to reach out to a county commissioner? And what does a state senator do, which they will be able to reach out to in the future for help or assistance?
Okay, so let's think about it. A county commissioner. We have 1.5 million people who live in Palm Beach County. And the biggest thing is the county commission votes for the budget. The budget for Palm Beach County is $9 billion. And so we vote on the budget of the county. We fund the sheriff's office, the fire department. But you know what, I'll answer this also. We've got Joe Flores who is here, and I was reading an article in the paper this morning about the 6th Avenue, road construction that is taking place. Your county commissioner would make sure that that road gets done, so in that way we can move people so you can get to work, so you can get to your places. So those are the things that your county commissioners can do to help you.
And what would you be doing as the state senator?
As a state senator, I get to fight Ron DeSantis. So that's really what I'm going to get to do, is fight for our residents in this area, and to make sure that we have great state representatives like you, Catherine, and Joe, so in that way we can fight these bad legislations that's taking place in Tallahassee. And the two biggest things is insurance. I can tell you, if you look at your property insurance and automobile insurance, guess what they've done? Which is to raise it up, and then when you need them, guess what? They're not there. So these are some of the things that, and then of course we have some of our union people who are here.
Yeah.
They've passed legislation to make it very hard to be part of a union, and we need to fight that. Yes.
How would you go to resolve this issue, being able to pass a bill, such as what you just saying, education, insurance, and taxes? How would you go and do it? I want you to understand. How would you go and resolve that? How would you pass a bill to these people controlling everything?
Well, the question is, how do you pass the bill? In order for you to pass the bill, first is that we have an election that's taking place in November. So if we all do what we're supposed to do, which is to vote, then you're going to send more people to Tallahassee, so in that way you can stop some of these bad bills. And a lot of times it's not passing bills, it's stopping bad bills.
Yes.
And so we need to have people, and they control supermajority, which means that they can pass anything. And so that means like they don't need a Democrat. But guess what? there's an election in Tallahassee for the state senate. If we win that, then guess what? Now they don't have the supermajority. And so in Palm Beach County, we've got seats that are, like they're targeting Catherine Waldron, who is here. But guess what? If they take her out, then that means that we don't get that representation. So it's really important for us to do what we need to do between now and November 5th. And then we can talk about legislation. The work needs to be done right now.
All right, thank you.
Next, we're going to have our first Hispanic County Commissioner, Joel Flores, come up.
Yeah.
I would like to say that what is great about all the candidates here today, we're not just leaders, we're leaders and we're soldiers. That means that we're going to lead the community, and we're also going to roll up our sleeves and do the work that it takes to make sure that our community is supported. So what I want, when you speak to everyone, talk about yourself, what the county commissioner can do for each and every individual, and when they can call you for help. Because each role, it's going to be myself, we're going to bring up Alexia Cox for state attorney, and then all the state representatives are going to come up at the same time. But we all have different roles. We all can help you differently. And so I want when you leave here to also know what each of us can personally do for each and every one of you, and when to call who. So I'm going to now pass this along to Joel Flores.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Where's my senator? I see him. All right. So before I get started and I talk about myself, I gotta talk about this guy. 4 years ago, we did the census, and the fastest growing community was the Hispanic community. We saw the largest leap. And we've never, ever had a Hispanic county commissioner. And all of a sudden, I get a weird call. It was one afternoon, and it was Commissioner Mark Bernard. He says, Joel, you see what's happening? Are you paying attention? And that's who your leader is right here. He's paying attention, not just for you guys, not just for the county, but for everyone in this county. In short, Mac fought to create the first Hispanic district in the county commission, and that's all thanks to this leadership and his foresight. So please give a big round of applause.
Yeah.
I'm running to represent my community. I'm running to make sure that our voices are heard. I'm running because there's a lot of work that needs to be done in District 3 that has been long overlooked. The cost of living, every single day when you go to the grocery store, we feel it. When we used to go to grocery shopping and it was $100, today we're talking about $150 to $175. And our traffic every day gets worse. Every single day, the roads are a disaster. In the mornings, getting to work, a drive that would take you 20, 25 minutes, now takes you 45 to an hour. Folks, we need someone in there that understands our pain, that understands our frustrations, and that is going to fight for us. And that's what I'm going to do when I get to the county commission. I ask you for your vote November 5th. I thank you for opening your doors. The pastors, thank you for organizing this. Deborah, I really appreciate you putting this together. Hey guys, let's work together. We have a great slate here today. These are great people. I have the personal privilege to work with all of them. Let's back them. Let's tell our friends. Let's tell our family members. In a household, you can have 3-4 votes. It takes every single vote to get these key leaders elected. So let's work together. Thank you for the privilege to be here today, and let's get this November 5th.
Go, Joe!
Joel, can you tell everyone where your district is?
All right, so the basic square is the turnpike to the train line, southern to Lantana.
And is there any particular reason someone from the community would call you if they needed help?
So we are the sort of the closest local government there is. Unless you live in a particular city, if you live what is called unincorporated, then we are your local government. Anything to do with roads, infrastructure, water utilities, there's different things that why you would want to get involved with the government. If you don't know where to go and you live in this district, one of your first calls should be to me, and I will direct you to where you go.
Are there any questions for Joel?
It's not a question, but I know Joel very, very well, and as mayor of Green Acres, he has done a tremendous job. He's always available, and he deserves your vote, so please vote for Joel.
Thank you so much, Deborah, and to the pastors and everyone who played a part in bringing this event together. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I want to just tie into what I think Deborah mentioned, was making sure that people understand the role of state attorney and what that means to the community. And I think the best way to do that is just tell you about something that I had the opportunity and the honor of prosecuting. Some years ago, there was a member of the Haitian community, a man who worked overnight at a public store in Palm Beach Gardens. He was the overnight or the nighttime security officer. And some gentlemen or men from the community, they wanted to come to that Publix and actually steal the copper that exists, that rests in the back of most of our supermarket buildings, the strip malls. And so this man was just doing his job. He went to find out what they were doing back there because he knew that they were up to no good. And instead of leaving, they decided to use the shovel that they were using to dig up the copper, and they beat him to death. And they left him there in the parking lot to die, right? And so that case was eventually, someone called the police. The man, he died, and his family, they were left without him. And so the case is investigated by the police. You know, the police do their job, they investigate, they find the suspects, and they were able to find that not only did they beat him, but they also stole his jewelry and they pawned it. So we ended up getting the case. So the case came from law enforcement to our office for it to be prosecuted. That's what we do. We prosecute those cases that law enforcement investigates and they determine there's probable cause for. And so it was myself and another woman from my office. We were able to seek justice for the family of this man, and we learned so many great things about him. He was a family man, someone from the community who did everything right. Hardworking man from our community. And so being able to achieve justice for his family, although we couldn't bring him back, that was a really important thing for me and my office. And that's what we do as prosecutors.
Good job.
So I'm a person who believes that public safety is for everyone. You know, I'm not a legislator. I'm not running to be someone who makes laws and changes the condition of our state. I am someone who seeks justice for people on behalf of the people of Palm Beach County when someone violates our laws, right? Our criminal laws. That's my job. That's the job that I've actually been doing for the past 17 years of my legal career. I have worked as a prosecutor and I've risen through the ranks from an assistant state attorney handling misdemeanor cases. Now I serve on the executive leadership team as deputy chief assistant state attorney. And I also serve as the chief of our domestic violence unit. And I've been in leadership in that office for over 12 years now. I'm born and raised here in Palm Beach County. And I can't tell you how important that is to have someone from the community be the person to serve as our top law enforcement officer, someone who knows the community, someone who believes that public safety impacts us all, and everyone should be seen, everyone should feel heard, and every voice should be valued. And that is what I intend to bring to the role. One of the most important things I intend to do is create an engagement office at the state attorney's office, meaning someone who will regularly engage with all segments of our Palm Beach County community to make sure that those people, everyone feels that they are a part of the solution when we're talking about public safety.
Yeah.
And this is a countywide seat, meaning everyone in Palm Beach County can vote for state attorney. Everyone, regardless of where you live, this is a countywide office.
Donc, siège que lui-même l'a défendu, donc, state attorney, c'est toute Palm Beach au grand complet qui a voté pour lui. De n'importe qui département, il y a n'importe qui coin dans Palm Beach County qui est, ou qui a voté pour lui, ou qui a assuré que y a autant de voix nous dans l'élection ça.
All right, so does anyone have any questions for our next state attorney? No. Okay, let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much. I look forward to serving as your next state attorney, and I'll stick around if there. Oh, you have a question?
I do have a question.
Great.
I'll say it in English and Creole. So a lot of the rhetoric has been that crime is on the rise and crime is on the rise. What can you say about crime in Palm Beach County and what your role will be when it comes to addressing that? Donc, question, moi, c'est nous tendez républicain parler comme un crime a monté, mais lui-même en tant que state attorney, comment est-ce qu'il y a crime dans Palm Beach et qui ça l'a fait pour gérer ça?
Yeah, thank you. So violent crime, I think there was maybe last year or earlier this year a study that came out or data that came out showing that violent crime was actually decreasing. However, crime in general, it's always there. It's always there. And it's our responsibility to work with law enforcement to address the crime that is occurring and also think about solutions to prevent crime. That's why I think it's so important for us to do more engagement, because you should not only see your state attorney's office or your law enforcement officials when something bad happens. You should see us out in the community working, serving, so that we're able to educate the community, so that we're able to prevent crimes and put certain measures in place to make sure that we're being proactive as opposed to reactive. And I think working together collaboratively, that is how we help reduce crime and also address it. It's not just about the prosecution of the case, it's also about connecting with the community so that the resources are there, and that we're also thinking of solutions to address crime before it happens.
Good afternoon. My name is Clemens Camo. This is my wife in front, Jocelyn. I just have a question. I've been watching you, I've been listening to you. I like everything you say, everything sounds good. And I really appreciate the fact that you're here trying to help the Haitian people, because I'm Haitian myself. But the questions I have, when you are running, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's hard to see you.
All right. When you are running, there's a lot of promises, a lot of good things you say. They all sound good. But once you make it, we don't see it happen. I don't know nothing about you, but I would appreciate if you can tell me if you think, if you do make it, would everything work out for us, if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. And the answer is through the community engagement office that I'm creating. That is created directly in response to people in the community feeling that they hear you when you're running, but they don't see you around after the election is over. So this will be my way, a guaranteed way, for me and the state attorney's office when I become in leadership to continue to reach back out into the community. It is something that I have done my entire career individually. I go out in the community. I believe in community engagement. I believe in mentoring young people. I have a lot of mentees. Many of them are Haitian, and some of them work in my office. I think it's important that we do more than just prosecute crime. We also get out in the community and meet with the folks who are affected by crime, right? And that is what I want to do, and that's why this role is so important. It's so important for me to win because I want to establish that position as soon as I get in, because I want to make sure that you all have a direct connection and feel that you have a connection to the state attorney's office.
Excellent.
I want to say welcome and thank you for doing all this, having our candidates. This is the election of our lifetime. All of our communities need to help us get out the vote. We need to win. Our voices need to be heard. We need to stand up for our communities, for each other, and these great people and our great candidates are willing to do that for us. So I'm grateful for all of them, and I'm extremely grateful for all of you. And thank you for letting me have my 69 seconds. I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Votez, votez, votez. C'est important. Sortez pour nous voter.
All right, so now I want to bring up State Representative Catherine Waldron and then also State Representative Joe Costello, who are both up for re-election. I'm going to give them each a few moments just to introduce themselves, and then I'll go and introduce myself, and then we'll open it up to questions, because the state representatives, we have three main roles. We balance the state budget, we fight for legislation and laws that affect every single one of you, and then we also fight for money to meet the needs within our districts.
Good afternoon, everybody. thank you for letting this wonderful church, the pastors and Haitian community to hear our story. I'm Joe Casello. I've been a state representative the last 6 years in Tallahassee. I'm up for a re-election. How Tallahassee works, Senator-elect Bernard alluded to it. They got a super majority up there. In the Senate, there's 40 senators. In the House, there's 120 members. And out of the 120 members, only 36 are Democrats. So what that means, super majority, we don't have a place at the table. And the laws that come down, the policies that are being made today are Governor Ron DeSantis' agenda. And he passes down the agenda to the House Speaker and the Senate of the President. And those two individuals pass that agenda down to chairmanships of the different chairs. So what means, we only have 6 bills that we can file in-house. The Senate has unlimited bills they can file. So our bills gotta be carefully crafted to try to get it on agenda to be heard. So it's tough that do that. So we gotta, this election, this is why this election is so important. We gotta flip 5 seats, House seats. Deborah, I endorsed her right out of the box. She's a dynamo. We need her.
Amen.
And Catherine is in a hard, tough race this time. And so we gotta work hard for everybody down ballot, but we do not and cannot lose House seats.
Donc, il y a 6 billes, loi qui ont passé dans la Chambre des représentants. Sénat, il y a un paquet qui a fait pas limité. Donc, il est très très important qu'il y ait décidé qui doit passer avec un pile d'attention parce qu'il y a un pile qui a passé. Kounia, il y a 5 sièges qui a défendu, 3 là-dedans, la Kounia, Deborah qui est endossée par M. Joe Castello, lui-même qui a défendu position, et Mme Catherine Waldron qui a un siège qui est très très difficile qu'elle a défendu Kounia. C'est pour ça qu'il est très très important que nous votions pour démocrates dans l'élection.
It's really Pastor Fleury. When I first met her, Pastor Fleury was the one that introduced her to the community. And then he works very closely with Miss Waldron, am I right? So I wanted him to say one word, a few words, to present her to you guys, because he understands in Creole, so this way we know who she is. But Pastor Fleury, please do that quick.
Good evening, everybody. It's such a pleasure and privilege to be able to stand by Catherine Waldron. Catherine Waldron has done so much for the Haitian community. I remember a few years ago when the hurricane hit bad in the south part of Haiti, and Catherine Waldron, she was not running for any office whatsoever, but she was the first one to jump in and send a machine, a purifier, water purifier that cost over $55,000 and ship it to Haiti for our people. This is Catherine Waldron, and I really want you, and I do understand that the race is tough, but it shouldn't be if we Haitians go out and vote for Catherine. We need to return the kindness. She has been kind to us, and we need to return it back, to return the kindness. Now, please go out and vote for Catherine Waldron. Catherine Waldron, I endorse you and I love you. God bless you.
Amen.
Yes, we've become really good friends. He's practically family, and it was great working with him to get the water purifier over there. Commissioner McBernard also helped. I think he may have left. But it was quite the ordeal because it was over Christmas, and we had to get the ship, we had to find a ship to take it, and the ports were kind of under siege with the gangs. So we had to reach out and make sure that we have a police force to meet us at the ship, at the dock, before we even took the water purifier off. I think the water purifier was actually more like $250,000, and what it does is it's a solar-powered water purifier, so it works with the sun, and it provides up to 3,000 gallons of fresh water a day. So
Donc, Miss Waldron, vous remercie aussi Commissioner McBennett parce qu'elle t'a aidé à participer. Donc, parce que vous pas de bonne là, ça m'a pris un peu ça te dire, il travaille directement avec lui, et de nous joindre en centre de purification pour de l'eau. Il dit nous sens un gallon qui a 3000 gallons de l'eau qu'il purifie avec sa panneau solaire qui permettent que il t'a aidé, travaille très dur pour faire ça arriver, mais ben, il a fait quand même.
So in the end, we got the police force there, and we had a 3-hour police force escort of the water purifier into the middle of Haiti to get to his orphanage, and they were able to set it up and provide fresh water for their community. So it was a great accomplishment for everybody, but it was a community effort.
Dans le système de purification de l'eau sale, et ouvrir l'Haïti, on travaille avec police pour dédouaner les police de protection, puis mener l'orphelinat, de l'eau pour tout le monde. C'est un travail qui était très difficile, mais ils ont fait ensemble pour supporter les communautés.
But one last thing, I just want to reiterate what Commissioner McBernard said earlier, and it is true that the Republicans have basically said, all but said, that they don't care if you're illegal. They're just going to say you're illegal and kick you out. And J.D. Vance said that on camera during a public forum. So obviously they feel that they're entitled to do it. So it is so important that we make sure that we get the right people in office, which means Kamala and Walz and on down the Democratic Party.
Nous répéter l'importance de ça, comme je l'avais dit, nous savons que c'est nous et si on est capable de déporter nous, et pas nous, c'est important pour nous supporter les démocrates de Kamala Harris, descendre net démocrates pour nous supporter.
And thank you very much. Appreciate you guys coming out today.
Now, if each of you can just share where your areas are that you would cover so everyone can know who can vote for you and who can tell a friend.
I'm in District 93, which is Wellington, probably about half of Green Acres, and a large part of the unincorporated Lake Worth. So I imagine some of you people are in my district.
I represent District 90, which is mainly made up of Boynton Beach and Delray Beach. It goes from Hypoluxo Road to Military, down to Boca, out to the sea.
And I'm actually running for the Florida House of Representatives, and I'm kind of sandwiched between Catherine and Joe. And so I'm running. My cities that I would represent are Lake Worth, Lake Clark Shores, Palm Springs, Green Acres, Atlantis, West Palm up to Southern Boulevard, and a little bit of Lantana. But the great thing about us three being here together is that even if you're not in our voting district, every single thing that we do is going to affect every single person in this room and across the state of Florida.
Donc là, il parlait de district, Catherine Waldron dit nous district parlé c'est district 93 qui couvre Wellington, moitié Green Acres et en pile dans les Worth. District 90 c'est district que Joe Castello représentait, Lee Boyton, Delray et en portion de Boca. Et Deborah Tendris représentait district 89 qui prend en portion de Lake Worth, Lakeshore Park jusqu'à Wellington. Mais non seulement il y a campé pour district Payo, mais toute décision qu'il y a fait dans la position Payo a représenté nous toutes qui là et nous toutes à bénéficier de travail.
You know, we have something very special that we can do as a community together. When I ran in the primary election, I actually raised a lot less money than my opponent, but we had the strength of the community that took me past the finish line.
Non, malgré que notre travail dans campagne il ramasse moins score que opponent lien, mais il y a une communauté qui a poussé vers l'avant, qui a supporté lui pour ça les connecte travail là avancer.
The reason I say that is because a lot of people are not excited about elections because the majority of it is about money, right? But it doesn't have to be. It could be about the strength of the community showing up rolling up your sleeves, and doing the work with us. Because the issues aren't that we just can buy votes. We want to earn them. These candidates up here and everyone who showed up today wants to earn each and every one of your votes.
Donc nous connaissons l'élection sérieuse, c'est un peu le monde pas intéressé parce que c'est l'argent nous parle tout le temps, mais c'est pas seulement de l'argent. Nous vivons là pour mériter droit pour représenter nous, mériter vote nous toutes. Donc c'est pas seulement pour COP que nous là, nous besoin assurer que nous connaissons qui est sur nous faire confiance et mériter pour nous voter pour eux.
People in our community are really struggling right now. The finances have gone so high, your bills have gone up so much that we have an entirely complete set of issues today than we did 2 or 3 years ago.
Tout va changer dans l'économie, nous va monter, tout bien plus cher et problème que nous gagnons 2-3 ans de cela, c'est pas même problème salaire que nous gagnons problème plus mal.
I'll give an example. Right now on Wednesday, we're expected to have a hurricane. But every other door that I knock on in this district, they're uninsured.
Bon exemple que nous avons, nous n'avons pas tant de ce qu'il y a un hurricane qui a frappé nous mercredi, mais on porte sous deux leur frapper, n'importe ça, on parle avec nous, yo pas même gain assurance la caillou.
And the reason is because the cost of insurance has gone so high. And part of that is because our current administration has done nothing to fight against this insurance crisis that we have in Palm Beach County and throughout the entire state of Florida.
Amen.
Puis gros problème que nous gagnons, c'est parce que des gens qui en charge politique en Floride pas fait rien pour aider les gens et assurance tellement montée que nous pas quand même à mettre assurance dans caillou.
And what that does is when I knock on these seniors' doors who are on a fixed income and have no ability to make more money, but they cannot afford their insurance policy, they are so scared about what this storm could do to their home that they cannot afford to rebuild.
Et les frapper n'importe moun sa yo, personne âgée, grand moun sa yo qui pas même qu'à mettre assurance dans caillou moun sa yo qu'à prendre en pile. Yo paie parce que yo pas connaît si on va arriver la caillou, est-ce qu'il y a même gain assez compliqué à rebâtir la caillou.
We have an administration that has put an attack on our public education system, and most of the kids that live in Palm Beach County go and attend our public schools.
Nous avons une immigration qui levait en guerre contre le système d'éducation publique là. Et majorité de monde qui vivent dans Palm Beach County, c'est l'école publique qui a.
We need to pour into our public schools, make sure that not only the teachers have a fair pay, but our kids have enough resources, but also that our parents have enough resources.
Nous avons besoin d'assurer que nous investissons dans l'éducation dans le district pour non seulement professeurs aient un salaire qui est normal, mais que nous investissons dans les petits et dans les parents tout pour assurer que l'éducation arrive la caillou.
One of the biggest reasons that families are financially struggling is because the cost of medication and healthcare is making them financially struggle and choosing between life-saving medications, going to the doctor, and choosing to go to work, or just having to make that choice, or maybe even taking their medications that they're supposed to take every single day. They're taking it every other day or every third day because they can't take their medications like their doctors are prescribing.
Il y a un problème que le peuple fait face avec tous, c'est coût pour médicaments, pour santé, nous, assurance santé même. Nous avons un problème juste pour nous survivre avec ça. Des fois, il faut décider est-ce que vous pouvez acheter des médicaments ou bien est-ce que vous pouvez travailler. Mais si vous avez des médicaments, au lieu de vous prendre chaque jour, mais 3 fois par jour, vous prenez chaque 2 jours, chaque 3 jours, juste pour médicaments qui arrêtent plus longtemps, tellement de médicaments viennent cher.
I'm new, I will be new to the state legislature, but these two standing here with me have been in the fight for a long time in Tallahassee, and they have been fighting for all those opportunities for every single person in this county.
Donc, malgré Deborah, c'est la nouvelle dans le state, comme représentatif, de moun sa yo, il y a longtemps qu'il y a débat pour nous. Il y a longtemps qu'il y a débat pour le peuple, pour assurer que nous can jouer exactement qui ça nous besoin dans l'État.
They have a track record to show that they have done what they need to do to fight, and they have been blocked in many cases by our current administration.
Et yo débat pour nous, yo ka montrer côté yo débat pour peuple malgré l'administration campé yo bloqué yo fait tout effort qu'a fait pour qu'a représenter nous.
That's why the strength of the community in this election is more important than any amount of dollars, because if you show up to vote, that's the strength of the community. If you put a sign in your yard, that's the strength of the community. If you on election day take some of your neighbors in your car and drive them to the polls, that's the strength of the community.
C'est force courage communautaire que nous cherchons kounya, c'est pas seulement corps, c'est pas corps qui défend nous. Mettons un signe devant la caille qui représente leader, c'est ça qui montre force communautaire. Mais non monde pour aller voter, enregistrer les amis nous pour aller voter, encourager pour paraître 5 novembre, c'est ça qui montre force dans la communauté et c'est force ça que nous cherchons pour nous gagner.
So I'm going to open this up for questions now because truthfully, everything that comes from Tallahassee trickles down and affects each and every one of you. I run a nonprofit that feeds families that cannot afford to eat, and we also do social services for the community.
So si nous avons une question, nous pouvons poser question pour nous gagner kounya, débat nous laissons un leader dans la communauté. Il y a une organisation qui non seulement va manger pour famille mais qui est des jeunes aides sociaux. So une question là, une question en arrière.
Yeah. And the one thing I just do want to say is that when we have questions, we also have Alexia Cox. Is Mac Bernard still here? No. Okay. So maybe if all the candidates that were part of this forum can just come up on stage and we can all be part of the answering of the questions in case we missed any questions along the way.
Ok. Là, nous faisons town hall conference comme ça. Ça fait plus content toujours. Là, nous venons tendre, nous venons connaître candidat.
We're glad also you do town hall conferences like this where we can hear our candidates and speak to us.
T'as qu'on dit Tchekaline, t'es dit, m'lever Miami, m'connais sacré de Tchekaline. Haïtien communauté, nous sommes environ quelques 600 000 sur Floride là, 350 000 plus qu'à voter. Ça veut dire.
So there's a lot of Haitians in Palm Beach. We're glad to see Teacher Carly, for instance, who mentioned it, how we have over 600,000 Haitians in Palm Beach and a great majority of those can vote.
Ok, qui doit comprendre que normalement, et nous connaissons que tout Haïtien va voter démocrate, qui peut-être nous qu'à penser automatique.
We may think that all Haitians will automatically vote Democratic.
3 stations de radio légales, SWN, WWN et WLVG. Cela veut dire 3 stations de radio qui ont couverture, plus passer de 2 millions de monde qui attendent.
These are 3 legal radio stations that have over 2 million listeners on a regular basis.
Mais nous considérons que le Parti démocrate la année ça reste plus comme que jamais, doublé opponent là. Il y a des fois que checké 6 septembre 2024, nous plus passé 400 millions de dollars.
As I've seen, as of September 6th, over $400 million have been raised in the Democratic Party, more than double what the opponents have, and in the efforts in raising money for this election.
Nous sommes à quelques jours avant donc les élections.
We're a few days from the election.
Jusqu'à présent, ni WLVG, ni WSWN, ni WWNN, 3 stations de radio légales couvrent tout Palm Beach l'arrivée jouk à Zumutu. Pourquoi jamais trouver un parti, un qui représente le Parti démocrate là, vient chita avec nous et tant qu'on dit traditionnellement, je dis bien traditionnellement, sous les gains haïtiens, c'est la radio à M.
So in these radio stations that we speak of, WLVG, WSS, WSWM, and WWMM, these are legal radio stations that are going directly into the Haitian communities, and as of this day, no leaders have sat with the leadership in these media spaces. And traditionally, it is well known that to reach the Haitian community, you must be on the radio stations.
Sous comment demander tout normalement et l'autre monde qui est habitué à faire élection dans la communauté avec notre programme. Cela veut dire quoi? Jusqu'à présent, nous sommes à quelques jours avant les élections. Nous faisons partie pas nous. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I had on my radio show Dr. LaFalaise trying to invite the Haitian community to this conference. We did our part. So my question is, when will be you guys consider 3 big radio stations to sit down with? We don't ask for money, as you said. We don't do election for money. We don't actually do something for money. But we do have a budget. As a matter of fact, $400 million was raised, actually were raised by the Democratic Party. Haitian for Haiti, yes. Guess what? I'm not going to promise anything. To get the Haitian community, we must sit down with the Haitian media. As a matter of fact, check out anywhere why. And we are waiting for you guys.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Is it okay? I'm going to answer. I'm going to pass the microphone for everyone else to take a moment. I would like to say that I know for me and everyone who showed up today, we're going to make sure that the Haitian community has a seat at the table and that we make decisions with you and not for you.
Nous lui voulons assurer que non seulement nous présents, mais nous là dans toute conversation pour que nous puissions participer dans des décisions qui fait pour nous.
I've actually personally had the opportunity to be on the radio with Pastor Calvert, with Dr. Mark, with Teacher Carlene, with Colson Zumar. I have worked with the Haitian community for years, especially when the onset of COVID happened. And in fact, with my campaign, if Michaela Lewis can stand up, she's actually in charge. She's an intern. She's 22. She goes to college at Lynn University getting her doctorate. And she's also, I'm in charge of the Haitian outreach and the college outreach. And she will be a future Haitian representative one day.
Donc, Deborah fait nous connaître, il travaille directement avec la communauté, Corson Juma, Teacher Carlene, durant Covid, et il a continué de travailler avec les leaders. Il a invité tous les leaders pour chiter avec lui. Pour nous continuer la conversation, penser que nous joindre plus de ressources et communication dans la communauté haïtienne. Les mêmes qui ont interne qui travaillent avec lui, mais qui est là, qui a suivi le chemin pour les avancer vers l'avant. Non seulement l'école travaille avec lui, mais c'est un futur leader dans la communauté haïtienne américaine.
And also, to your point about the money that is raised, most of the money doesn't trickle down to our races. We don't actually get those funds. Those are for the national campaigns, but we don't get any of those dollars as candidates.
So, juste pour nous comprendre bien, là nous parlons de Coblan qui rentrait dans le Parti démocrate. Là, puis nous n'avons pas rentré dans l'élection locale, comme ça pas arrivé dans mais il était pour élection nationale.
And that's why, me and Dr. MARC LAFALAISE, we wanted to put together this event to make sure that we can have this open conversation, because knocking on doors and being a part of the Haitian community has been left out of a lot of conversations, and we're trying to actively change that.
C'est pour ça que nous faisons conversation sérieuse pour assurer que tout le monde qui fait partie de la conversation, nous parlons pas ici, était à l'extérieur. I have a question back here.
I'm going to let everyone just quickly.
Yeah, just to reiterate in terms of the money, I can tell you that my opponent's been given over $1 million by the Republican Party, which is probably why maybe some of you have seen the TV ads that play 5 to 10 times a day for the last 3 to 6 weeks.
Don't be fooled by the TV.
Moun qui dans opposition contre Catherine Wardren, il reçoit presque $2 millions dans le Parti républicain. C'est pour ça qu'on a une nouvelle ligne, une publicité qu'il fait parce qu'il est touché comme dans le Parti républicain.
Right, and I would love to sit down. I know that Pastor Fleury and I is going to be on his radio show, so I'd happy to be on anybody's radio show, because it is important that we reach out to each and every member of the Haitian community.
On a fait partie de l'émission Pasteur Florian, mais il est prêt pour discuter avec n'importe quel leader dans la communauté pour nous assurer que les auditeurs haïtiens attendent qui ça la défendre.
Thank you.
Well, it's obvious the Haitian community is a player now. You have a seat at the table. So the radio is a very powerful tool to use. And I know, hearing you say that and I will be using it. Our teacher, Colleen, you're closest to me. We've been working together, and I'll reach out to you, putting the program together.
Yes,
La communauté haïtienne, c'est une communauté très importante. Activement, il est prêt pour le travail, non seulement avec Teacher Carlene, mais avec les médias pour assurer que la communication est faite.
Thank you.
Thank you. I echo what's already been said. I know that I sat down with Christina Romulus on the network that Mr. Daphnis has. That was a few months back, and so I'm always open to, you know, whatever medium you all feel is appropriate. I'm happy to get back on radio because I think it's important to make sure that we reach people where they are. And if that's radio, if it's TV, if it's coming to in-person events like this, I'm happy to show up. So thank you.
Ministre Alexandre Carras nous livre chita avec Christina Romelis dans l'émission Alain Daphnis nan, elle est prête pour chita avec tout leader dans la communauté parce que c'est important pour l'information arriver dans la communauté haïtienne.
Thank you. I have a comment.
Oh, we have a question back there.
Non, moi c'est Fares Nomil. Moi, question pas m'm t'a quitté lui, monsieur vient avec lui, mais m'a fonti à juste sur lui. Parce que réponse qui dit que nous dit au niveau national, mais nous-mêmes nous sommes démocrates, nous qu'à communiquer avec national pour que les médias, parce que des questions pas maintenant, c'est lui-même des gain pour me poser, pour qui ça au milieu communauté spanish là et campagne Harris on a libéré 3 millions de dollars ensemble avec radio yo la fait advertising pour yo et puis communauté haïtienne nous tout prendre comme si officiellement haïtien pral voter nous et puis message yo pas passer dans radio dans médias haïtiens yo faut médias haïtiens yo moi même pas gagner médias mais pas gagner un dans médias mais haïtien yo créole yo parler yo parler créole les messages la passer en créole dans plusieurs médias haïtiens et mais ça permet mais ça la passer plus bien et comme ça haïtien a plus facile pour y aller voter tout candidat démocrate yo je pense que 3 millions de dollars communauté spanish la gagne en main yo et puis communauté haïtienne gagne zéro.
Merci. Donc commentaire Amir, c'est que dans la communauté hispanique là, nous entendons qu'il y a 3 millions de dollars qui sortent. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm repeating in Creole. I apologize. I apologize for this. So our friend mentioned how in we did say that the money is coming from the received is going to a national stage, but we have access as local elections to connect and communicate with them so that those funds come to us. How come in the Hispanic community that money has gone up to $3 billion have gone into radio, media, advertising, but it hasn't reached the Haitian community. And Haitian people need to hear these messages in Creole, in language that they understand, because we take for granted that just Haitians will just go out and vote Democrat. And that's not fair, and that community needs to be addressed directly.
Thank you. I want to make a comment, so because I have to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, whatever dollars are being spent in the Hispanic radio, that is from national. So what I would recommend is if you do have a platform for advertising or radio when it comes to the Haitian community, please reach out to the Harris Waltz campaign and to their coordinators because they have to hear this message too. And I think that I will actually reach out to our local on the ground folks who are actually handling the campaign coordinators and see if there is any dollars. But to be honest, there's no dollars in Palm Beach County that have come from the national level for the Harris Waltz campaign to invest in radio anywhere in Palm Beach County.
So, ça nous fait nous comprendre partie Harris Waltz là, il y a comme qui rentre oui, mais comme on pas arrivé dans Palm Beach County. So, si nous-mêmes en tant que membres qui vivent dans le district là, nous voulons savoir, nous pouvons communiquer avec eux directement, faire autant de nous connaissons que nous avons besoin pour ça faire dans la communauté. Les mêmes tout la font effort pour communiquer avec eux, mais faire autant de nous.
Thank you. Okay, I'll let you go first. Okay.
Well, I want to take this minute right now to let the candidates know and understand. And I said it to the supervisor of election at the elders table the other day. We need numbers because a lot of time, like this gentleman said, they may not be able to pronounce your name. They may not be able to understand your name. However, they all know numbers. And in Miami-Dade County, they assign you a number, your name, and then the candidate. So I'm fighting for that. And after the election, I'm going to continue fighting for that. Your elected official needs to support us. we are getting ready to put together the Palm Beach Haitian Democratic Caucus. And we're going to move with that, and we're going to be politically involved, and the community is going to become member of the Haitian American Palm Beach Caucus. Because unless we get involved, you stay home, you don't get out, you don't participate, you're not going to have a voice at the table. Frère ma sœur, tandem, participez, vin faire membre West Palm Beach County Haitian Caucus, n'a pas pouvoir politique. Relais Colson Zulma, relais Jennifer Jones, relais Teacher Colleen, n'a mette nous dans l'organisation pour yon capter concerne que nous gagnons comme Haïtiens américains. Martin, in closing, parce que faut m'aller. Congratulations, Dr. McFarlane. They've been feeding up Palm Beach. He's doing the work, and he needs more support. You see this gentleman, Joe Casale. I'm working with his campaign, and I'm going to tell you why I did. L'homme gardé, pour moi, combien de projets de loi il essaie de passer à la Hassi, il a bloqué. Il n'a pas même quitté projet de loi ça y dans le comité. So, this guy is a fighter, but like he said earlier, we need to switch. We need at least 5 Democrats in the House of Representatives so he can make a difference. So tell our brothers and sisters, we need to vote, and we need to vote a down ballot and vote for all the Democrats. Thank you very much.
We have one more question over here. Jennifer, can I? And this will be the last question.
I just want to follow up real quick. Real quick.
Real quick. Hold on. One second.
I want to just reiterate, please. I'm with organized labor, okay? So I'm one member of many, many unions in Palm Beach County, just like Ms. Cox, just like Mac Bernard. I'm a 3rd generation Floridian. I was born and raised in this county my entire life. This was a democratic state until the end of 1970, 1980, until the Reagan era, and this dream that they passed along of trickling down that never makes it to us, okay? It trickles down to the millionaires, and then it stops. So we have got to wake up again. We've got to participate again. We outnumber them 3-1. The reason we've got a supermajority of the other party is because we don't get out and vote. We don't get our people out to vote. We don't get our people registered. We've got to get active. How do we do it? We stand toe to toe. They said, how do you support it in the Senate? You stand in their face. You call them a liar when they're a liar. You expose the money. Follow the money. That's where it's from. Follow the money.
And that's why we're here today. So I want to give a few special thank yous. Pastor Calvert, thank you so much. Pastor Calvert, can you stand up real quick? I want to say thank you so much for opening up your church for this forum. Bishop Dulcio, thank you so much with the International Pastors Association. Dr. MARC LAFALAISE, I want to thank everyone for coming today, and I know the frustrations are real, which is why we're here today. You can ask most of the Haitian leaders about me, my involvement for years and years. I'm not new to the Haitian community, and we're trying to make sure, I'm actively trying to make sure that you all know that you're supported, that you have a seat at the table. I just want to say thank you so much. We all have our information. I'm going to let Dr. MARC LAFALAISE close this out and finish with an amazing message.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do not leave yet, because we have to have a group picture. Because we cannot have a candidate without, don't approach it, don't approach it. Okay, I want to present to you the member of the club. Am I right? Some of the members of the club. Justin Camo, Pino. Pastor Basler, MC Democrat, Pastor Fleury, Pastor Dulcio, come forward, Pastor Dulcio. Pastor Jacques, Dr. Boussico, Merlin Saint-Louis, even if you don't come forward, Merlin Saint-Louis, Where's Harry Saint Louis? Harry Saint Louis from Florida Depot Realty. These are the people who contribute to put this event together. But before that, before I let Pastor Joshua say a word, I want my sister here, Sister Camo, to say something about Haitian, and then we'll end. She has to say that. It's a monologue. Go ahead.
I want to thank everyone who participated in organizing this event, everyone who had the opportunity to share with us their feeling and what they plan to do for the Haitian community, and we believe you, so we're waiting to see it. I also want to say thank you to Dr. LaFalaise. He's really been very dedicated to the community.
Amen.
I have been in Florida for 45 years, and for 40 years, yes, I am a proud Haitian nurse. I've been a dedicated director of nursing in nursing home all these years. No, I am not. I do not eat cats, dogs, or pets. Yes, Haiti was the first nation to permanently abolish slavery in 1804.
Amen to that.
No, Haiti is not a shithole country, nor did we bring HIV to the United States. Yes, Haiti has natural resources, oil, gold, minerals, and iridium. Yes, Haiti kept America free from European domination when it led slaves to victory after victory over England and France, convincing Napoleon to sell Louisiana to the United States. Yes, Haiti helped fight the eastern part of the island of Hispaniola against Spain in 1821, and in 1822, they occupied and annexed the eastern part, which is now called Dominican Republic, for 22 years until they became independent in 1842. Haiti, yes, Haiti helped Brazil, Guyana, Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, North Peru, Costa Rica, and Bolivia to obtain their independence. Yes, Haitian-born Jean-Baptiste du Sable, his mother was a Haitian slave, is the founder of Chicago in the United States. Last but not least, yes, we are hard workers and take pride in our profession and careers.
All right. Thank you. That has to be said. Pastor Joshua, come right here, please. Pastor Joshua represents the International Pastor Association, and he's been one of the members that's really helped me put this thing together. Pastor Joshua, say hi to the public, please, before we leave. You're going to have a good picture.
We would like to thank everyone for supporting us for this great moment. Sometimes the way we talk, it's like we're hurting some feeling, but I understand at the same time, it's not that way what we mean, it's the way we present. Next time, or what we're gonna do, monde qui représente nous, qui représente des candidats, people who represent these candidates because they do not speak Creole. We, as the one who speak Creole, we're supposed to arrange to the directors of the radios, we're supposed to arrange and to bring them to the radio. But if we're working for them or with them, we do not arrange to bring them to the radio. They cannot keep looking all the radio station all over. If we represent to work to help them, this is our job to do that. Are you agree with me?
Amen.
We're supposed to go to the radio station, as this church has a big radio station, Pastor Calvert, that we know, and I've been in the radio since I was 12 years old. So most of the readers knows me. I've been in them. So we have to engage ourselves to go sit with those great men. Then, because we represent them, we're supposed to do the job. Then we bring them to the radio. Yes.
Thank you. And now, I promise Pastor Calvin that I will give him the church. I will return the church to him at 4. So let's take a good picture.
Bisous de là, et tout travail.